Hey everybody, it's Friday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, and we have finished up a pretty nice week here with temperatures that have been trending above the average. It's been really warm out there. It has been dry. Now we're heading into the weekend where we have some changes moving in. We started seeing some of those changes today with a few more clouds that were mixing in with the sunshine. They were mainly high, thin clouds. We still had some sunshine breaking through those clouds or filtering through those clouds for a big part of the day today. We're going to see a half and half weekend coming. The first half of the weekend is going to be dry, but we'll see more clouds mixing in with the sunshine. The second half of the weekend, that's the time frame when we're going to see some rain moving through. And it really looks like the better chance for rain is going to be early on Sunday morning, generally between 4 in the morning and about 11 o'clock in the morning when the main band of rain moves through. And that's going to be really coming from west to east. And that would be, 4, 5, 6 in the morning there in parts of northwest Georgia. And then through the metro Atlanta area mid-morning. And then moving out of our area, we're thinking around lunchtime and after. Now, that's the main band. Even after that moves through, we still may have some lingering, off and on showers possible into the afternoon, but things are going to start tapering off there during the day. Now, we're going to be seeing showers. The potential for some thunderstorms. We don't think they'll be severe here, but maybe some rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning. Keep your rain gear with you on Sunday, especially in the morning hours, because that's going to be the time frame most likely for some of those showers to move through and maybe even, some of those rumbles of thunder as well. Here's a look at what we're watching right now. The radar and satellite showing just a few of those clouds that have moved through. They were mainly high, thin clouds earlier. We have some breaks now. Now these clouds over to the west are a little bit thicker. Not just the high, thin clouds. They're trying to thicken up just a little bit, but still, it's not a complete overcast for those areas into parts of West Georgia. And then as we widen out, you can see here around the southeast, no real rain in our area. We've got a couple of showers here in western Tennessee and into parts of southeastern Missouri, moving into far western areas of Kentucky. Just a few light showers there. And then there's that little bit of cloud cover coming into West Georgia right now. But again, no rain with that. Here's the system that we're watching, and we've been keeping an eye on this today as we've been watching these showers developing, coming out of Kansas, moving into northern Missouri, pushing up into parts of Iowa, getting closer to Illinois. And it's really not that impressive right now. The Storm Prediction Center, though, had been highlighting an area there to the north and west of us for a low risk for severe storms. And then that area is going to expand even more into Saturday. I'm going to break that down for you coming up here in just a second. Take a live look right now at our tower cam out of DeKalb County. This is the Arizona Avenue right on the DeKalb and Fulton County line, where you see a beautiful view of our skyline here in the city of Atlanta, looking westward with those mostly clear skies, a few clouds here and there. Up in northwest Georgia, this is in Rome, still a nice night there too. A few clouds around, but nothing really major, no rain coming down. Not even seeing any wind here on the flagpole. Pretty calm air that we're dealing with out there too. And this is a live view right now at Sanford Stadium at the University of Georgia. This is our Athens tower cam, but I've zoomed in really tight here so we can see Sanford Stadium, and they've got the red lights on there. Tomorrow's game is at 3:30. It'll be a daytime game, so not a lot of a light show there coming up tomorrow compared to if it was a night game. So if you are going to the game, and a lot of people are, I've been hearing from some of my friends up there that it seems like this game is even more in demand than the Alabama game that we had, earlier in the season. That was really the big game so far of the season. Well, Ole Miss is now ranked ahead of UGA, and there are a lot of people wanting to be there. You've got College Game Day that will be there, the Myers Quad, early tomorrow morning. Their show comes on at 9 a.m., and so a lot of people are buzzing up in Athens about the great weekend that they're going to have there. And the weather's going to cooperate. We're going to have a few clouds mixing in, though, during the day. Again, that game is at 3:30. Tailgating through the morning hours up to around lunchtime. We'll get up to around 75, we're thinking, at 1 o'clock. This game, though, since it's a 3:30 game, the hottest part of the day will be during the game. And that'll be up to around 79, lower 80s here. And sunshine mixing in with clouds. If you're sitting on the side of the stadium that gets sun for the longest time, you'll be dealing with some heat there with those temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. I know it doesn't sound that hot, but when you're in the direct sun for a long time, it is going to feel hot out there. So it will be partly cloudy, so you may get some breaks there from the sun with a little bit of cloud cover coming in here and there. Today, we got up into the lower 80s, right at 82 degrees, a little bit lower than it's been for the past few days. And our low this morning made it back down into the 50s. Remember, yesterday morning's low was around 62. So we went down a few degrees for the morning temperatures, but that was still a little bit above the average. The average low for this time of year is 55. The average high for this time of year is 74, so that 82 still trending well above the average by about 8 degrees. Now, that rainfall deficit now over 6 inches. We've been watching it climb a little bit every day. We're now 6.06 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. Also, the sun went down tonight at 7:01. Tomorrow it's going to set at 7 o'clock. That will be our last sunset at 7 o'clock or after for the rest of the year until we get to daylight saving time coming up next spring. So yeah, it's the sun setting earlier and earlier. Here's a look. Those temperatures this morning getting into the upper 50s, and then we climb during the day, getting up to 82 at 5 o'clock, and then back down to 72 now. So we're about 10 degrees cooler right now than we were at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, let's talk about that severe weather threat. This is for today, showing that level 1 risk. Now remember, this is in that area that I was just showing you on radar that doesn't really look that impressive right now. We're not seeing any severe storms developing, but it's still possible overnight that some of these storms could get strong during the overnight hours. Now, I want you to watch this as this area of a level 1 risk moves to the east, and watch how the intensity of those storms most likely will be getting stronger. There's a large area of yellow here. That's a level 2 of 5 risk for severe storms. And then the yellow color, that means the better chance for storms, a better coverage of stronger storms, more scattered rather than isolated, which would be the green color here. So the yellow color, that level 2 of 5 risk, comes into northwest Alabama, covers a good part of western Tennessee into parts of western Kentucky, southern Illinois, southern Missouri, all of Arkansas on the level 2 risk. Level 2 risk as well in Louisiana and in parts of eastern Texas and parts of eastern Oklahoma too. And then the level 1 risk, kind of ahead of that, comes into a good part of Alabama, but it does not move into Georgia. So we're going to be watching these storms tomorrow, and you're most likely, if you're looking at radar or you're watching the weather, we're going to be tracking these storms here out to the west that are going to be strong. They may have some severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings there. And I know when you see stuff to the west, that makes you wonder, is this going to move our way? Well, the system is moving our way, but the severe weather may not make it here. We think it's going to weaken a little bit more as it pushes into Georgia. In fact, look at the Storm Prediction Center. They don't even bring a level 1 risk into our area on Sunday. We're going to have some rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder, but the ingredients needed for severe storms will move more up to the north, and that's where they have that level 1 risk. So we don't expect to see severe weather here during the day on Sunday. We're going to have some rain. We're going to have some pockets of moderate to heavy rain. We'll have some rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning, but we just don't think that that would get to severe criteria here for your Sunday. This is mainly going to be in the morning hours and then pushing away a little bit later on in the day. Temperatures right now, we just were showing you there on the graph, is 72 right now in the city. We're also at 71 in Rome. Those are the warmest places right now. Everybody else is generally in the 60s. Kind of cool, feeling comfortable out there for these evening hours. And we've got those 50s up in the North Georgia mountains too. The Saturday planner shows those temperatures getting down to about 60 degrees here in the morning. What I want you to notice here, though, is that we're going to see some clouds at any time during the day. Again, not a complete overcast, but some sunshine breaking through those clouds at times. We'll be getting into the lower 70s at 11, 78 at 1, topping off in the lower 80s here in the afternoon hours, right at about 82 degrees with those partly cloudy skies. So the forecast track gives you the timeline of what we are watching with a few of those clouds here tonight. And in the morning, maybe a few more, and maybe a little bit thicker than those high, thin clouds that we had today. These may block out the sun a little bit more here during the day, but still not giving us any rain. This model, trying to kick up a shower up to the north of us. I really think if that happens, it would be just a few raindrops. And then clearing out, those clouds breaking up here for the afternoon before the next system comes in. This is for about 7 o'clock in the morning, showing those showers and storms coming into northwest Georgia, into parts of Cleburne and Randolph County, over in Alabama, about to cross over the West Georgia line there. That's at 7 o'clock in the morning here on Sunday. And then moving through the metro area between that time, 7 and 10, with these showers pushing through. But notice not as much of the red and orange. There's still some, but just not as much. So we're going to have some heavier and moderate showers at times, but as it moves to the east, it's going to continue that weakening trend, and that's why we're not overly concerned about a severe weather threat here. Let's go into around lunchtime. Already the back edge of this is pretty much going through Athens and toward the Eatonton area, still a few showers. So that's the main area of rain. But just because that's moving out doesn't mean it's going to be totally over. We're still going to have clouds lingering, and then a couple of showers here behind that system on Sunday that may give us a shower here or there into the afternoon hours. We'll even see the clouds trying to break up a little bit more here for those afternoon hours. So it'll be improving during the day, but still not perfect. It's also going to turn breezy. You see the winds here that are going to be coming out of the north and west here on Sunday, and that's going to start kicking up the wind, pushing in some drier air, also pushing in some cooler air as well that we'll really be feeling during the day on Monday. In fact, we dropped down into the 50s on Monday morning, even lower 50s in spots. And then by afternoon, we're going to be holding in the 70s with a good bit of sunshine. We'll call it mostly sunny skies here for your Monday. So things are going to be looking pretty good there to start the week. And then another reinforcing surge of cooler air coming in for the middle and also the end of the week. So here's a look at the European model. And I'm just going to widen out a little bit more so you can see the progression of that system coming in from the west. This is on Saturday, where we're going to be dry here. We're not worried about that rain there. But remember that large yellow area that we were showing you. This is with that rain coming in right here, where it could kick up some of those stronger thunderstorms that could turn severe. Maybe even some tornado warnings there too. There is a chance with this system that for those areas to the west that they could see some tornadoes coming out of this system. Then on Sunday, the main part is early in the day, and then by afternoon, that back edge is going to be pushing through, and we'll see the rain chances diminishing later on in the afternoon hours on Sunday. And then that gets out of here. We see those winds coming out of the north, the cooler air for Monday. Earlier, we had a 20% chance for a shower in for Tuesday. We've taken that out. This next system coming in Tuesday into Wednesday will bring us some cooler air, but it's going to have limited moisture with it, so we're not worried about any rain. But it's just going to reinforce that cooler air pushing in for the middle and end of the week, and with temperatures dropping even more, with highs in the lower 70s on Wednesday, and then mid-70s here on Thursday and Friday. So really not looking bad here. A couple of clouds mixing in potentially on Thursday. We're going partly cloudy. We're going to watch this next system coming in from the west for next weekend. Right now it doesn't look too worrisome, but it's just something we're going to be keeping an eye on to see if it could in fact bring us any showers going into next week. As of right now, we're not getting a lot of consistency in the models to be, have a for sure, a for sure feeling about it. The rainfall comparison, models have been generally showing a ½ inch or less. The American model trying to come up a little bit, maybe between a ½ inch and a ¼ inch, but the American model showing most places with a ½ inch or less of any of that rain that's going to be coming our way. Quick look in the tropics, because we do have this system we're keeping an eye on. It's still out here in the central Atlantic, kind of getting its act together. It's going to be slow to develop. The Storm Prediction Center, actually the Hurricane Center, giving this a 0% chance of developing over the next 2 days, 30% chance over the next 7 days. It's going to take a while, but once it gets into the Caribbean, we're talking about next week. That's the time frame when this could develop into maybe a named storm, tropical depression, or a tropical storm. So we'll keep an eye on it. It could even become a hurricane too, but the models are not in agreement on that either. We will see 82 for high tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies. There's the rain chance on Sunday, highs near 77. And then 75 Monday with mostly sunny skies, that cooler air coming in. Turning partly cloudy Tuesday, but getting warm again, up to near 80. I think we'll be just shy of 80, right at 79. And then there's that reinforcing shot of cooler air coming in for the middle and end of the week. A low of 50 Wednesday morning with a high of 71. How about 49 Thursday morning? That means even some mid-50s and lower 50s in some outlying areas. And then mid-70s for highs for your Thursday as well as on Friday. So a lot to watch still through the weekend. We'll have another update for you tonight at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News. Melissa Nord will be in on Saturday. First, we have Dominica in early tomorrow morning, Dominica Davis. Melissa Nord will be in for the evenings. Dominica is back Sunday morning. I'll be in on Sunday night walking you through those showers as they're exiting and that cooler air is moving our way. So thanks for tuning in for this extended weather update here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. Again, another update tonight at 11. We hope you